p.m. Then a trip.
Ah, life, death, and all those bullet journal ready plans and goals to fill out the space in between. Nalui Castaway hadn't planned on finding herself towing the lines between life and death while helping to research the dwindling axolotl population around Salvadorada. Or, well, had she? See, that was the problem. The really frustrating, sharp-edged, painful problem that had been prodding Nalui like a jagged volcano rock in the shoe of her soul ever since all this talk about the meaning of life and writing wills and life goals had started cropping up. Because answering the question of what her life goals were wasn't so easy when Nalui had no idea what her plans, her goals, her hopes and dreams had been for most of her life. After all, since losing her memories, she didn't even really know her own name. Carrying doubts like that around while you're adventuring along the borders of life and death is quite a risky thing to do, of course. Because, well, you might just meet someone who could offer you the answers you seek. Someone old and angry and clever who might happen to have a collection of shiny memories in their pocket, gathered from the shores between the living and spirit world, who just might approach you with an offer. An offer of returning memories left lingering along the borders between life and the afterlife, in exchange for Nalui's help to return to the world of the living, of course. But let's just say this is not how Nalui thought that plan would work out. Why, hello everyone, and welcome back to The Sims 4 Axolotl-y in Love, the very spinning off series of our adventures here in the island living experience of wedding rags to island riches. And no, we are not going to be interrupted. Oh my gosh, as a sitcom star, Nalui, that is such a hilarious phone call to get right now when we are indeed entering sitcom territory. Because no, that's not our well, okay, here's the thing, that's not perhaps Ukapanipo's baby, little mer baby in there. And the good news is that's not aliens either. No, because I have made some very important administrative decisions, leading the way with our stories continuing to spiral out of control in our mini adventures within the Sims realm. And the good news is this is not an alien baby. The bad news is currently not Ukapanipo's baby either. You know, things have gotten a little bit more complicated. And then Louise feeling a little bit down about that right now, kind of having a good crying it out. I'm gonna let her go ahead and cry it out some more because she's realizing something. There's some stuff going on. She's realizing that perhaps she just might be expecting some surprises coming up. Surprises in the form of, you know, potential babiness. And that's not what she thought would happen. Not what she thought would happen, because although we could say, oh, Nilui, don't you just think that it's from you and Ukapanipo having that roll in the picnic blanket when I literally had my back turned? Yeah, we could say that. Or we could say that she did indeed feel some suspicious, odd sensations in her very soul that says perhaps perhaps that interesting dream she had the other night when she was pulled up from the date that she and Ukapanipa were on into not space. No, 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 no. That clearly wasn't space. That was clearly like the spirit realm for a moment because we have Mr. Leo here and his sister Aira like walking the realm, the border between life and death so long. Oh my gosh, Aira is literally spying on Nalui. This is so perfect. She's like, there is something going on. I absolutely, oh my gosh, she has got such a nose for secrets. You little sneaky, like, secret seeker. She actually does have a nose for secrets. And she's onto a big one now. She's like, wait a second. I spy with my little eye a potential baby bump. Now you could be trouble, ma'am, especially because you have that like secret of secrets thing, and you want to go ahead and snoop around looking for secrets, mostly on other people's residences, but we'll have to go ahead and cope with you in just a minute here. But you know, Ira being a ghost who's being very stubborn about possibly being brought back to life, and Leo currently going ahead and being pulled in by literally the Grim Reaper himself as a employee. Leo, let's also have you like maybe harvest these, maybe tend this garden. I guess we could reap the plant soul, which would count for your work, but maybe we'll just leave the poor thing be for now. Maybe harvest all these pineapple before you need to go ahead and like go to work. He's trying to like enjoy, even though he's frowning a little bit. I think he's trying to enjoy the experience of being among the greenery of life before he has to go to his job for the Grim Reaper. Yeah, yeah. So you know, being around people who happen to be walking that fine line between life and death, or literally visiting with death himself, does mean that we do indeed. In fact, where's oh man, there he is, the Grim Reaper, right there. Counts as a young adult for some reason, and we have amazing compatibility with him. I'm glad our boss likes us. But walking that border between life and death means that Nalui did indeed have some very interesting experiences in that spirit realm, as you guys saw. And we're going to go ahead and send him alone today because we kind of need to go ahead and spend some time figuring out what's going to happen here with Nalui. But basically, yeah. Oh, and thanks for all these random people calling us. That's fine. Poor Nalui. But we'll discover a little bit more about that pact that Nalui inadvertently has made with a somewhat powerful spirit of the islands that was able to reach out to her due to the way that Nalui and Ukapanipo have been joining their friends Leo and Aira at walking that boundary between life and death so often. Since they have indeed been opening themselves up more to the spirit realm, that means they've been opening themselves up more to the problems and potential risks that could come with that. Because the Grim Reaper himself is not the only one to patrol the waters of the afterlife, and you might just attract some other attention, especially if you happen to be tied with the spirits of the island. And not all of those spirits are exactly kind ones or ones that are going to be benevolent to the living. So Nalui, instead of finding herself with a suspiciously growing stomach, that it's just all of the delicious food that she's been making to go ahead and give Leo food to take to the Grim Reaper's headquarters to share with his Grim Reaper coworkers. No, instead of thinking that, or thinking that if it is a potential babu, it could be Ukapanipo's child. She has a sneaking suspicion that the pact that she may have made and what felt like a dream might actually have had unintended consequences. And so here she finds herself expecting not an alien child, she thinks, but perhaps some hopefully human creature related to that island spirit that she met with. So she's feeling a little bit down about that, especially because now she needs to go and talk to Ukapanipo. Ukapanipo, who currently smells like fish and just had a fairly good date with the Nilui, except for the fact that, well, the date kind of flopped, but Nilui just got really tired all of a sudden and went off to bed, and he wasn't gonna like push her, she kind of disappeared in the middle of the night on that date. It was a little weird. But again, he's not gonna push or judge, but he actually has a fear of commitment and he wants to tell Nalui about cheating former partners. I have no idea where that comes from. I have no idea. But he feels it's time to sit down and talk with his partner about his cheating former partners. It won't be an easy conversation, but being vulnerable and talking about insecurities never is. It's time to be brave. So we need to explain about cheating former partners under the romance category with Nalui. Well, she needs to tell him, so I'm possibly pregnant and it's possible the baby's not yours. Yeah, yeah, that's Louis, maybe you should have accepted that job for the sitcom. You guys are so doing this without me. All while the axolotls. Okay, here, look, can we have the axolotls go ahead and maybe breed? We have an albino axolotl now. Could you maybe help us out with the black melanoid? Okay, now we have 2 blue fluorescents. All right, not completing the axolotl collection just yet, but I guess we're getting somewhere there. In fact, let me go ahead and check on them. We have only 2 left. They've kind of been breeding behind the scenes in the background without us. Let me put down the extras so that we make sure that we don't mix and match too many of them. Trust me, this is important or else things are just going to continue to get... Ooh, the blue fluorescence, really nice. All right. Hang in there, little axolotls. I know, this is supposed to be about you, and instead we have been a little busy and a little chaotic, and apparently I cannot mess with axolotls while Leo is very upset for being cooped up in the Grim Reaper's headquarters. I'm beginning to understand how his time at home away from working at like the Grim Reaper's headquarters, he's just wanted to be at the park bird watching and planting things. He just wants to be surrounded by life. Boy, whew, visit 6am. I like the idea of interpreting Nalui's want that way as being like, oh, I just want to leave the planet right now. Like this is a headache. Complete work task, chat with non-household sim, apply to university. All of those just feel like she wants to escape the situation, which is kind of amazing. But she needs to talk to Kapanipo about that. Yeah, and I'm gonna have him come home and maybe take a shower, and I just might let her kind of figure out what she wants to do from here. If it's mostly crying, I think if Ukapanipo hears her, he would definitely want to help out. And meanwhile, Ayera, you can actually claim your own bed. It is now your bed. She wants to vote on a neighborhood action plan, study drama at university, or ghost woohoo. Ayera, I swear. Here, you go ahead and sleep. Unbelievably filthy. Well, okay, I can't blame you. There's literally like rotten. I'm sorry. While you were gone, maybe we could. Who knows? I don't know. Maybe she was actually quite tidy growing up. Now that I think of it, like just because she has trash fruit and a death flower in her pockets. Oh, maybe we should have her become like a good gardener and take care of some death flowers for us. Since, she's a ghost. Maybe that's kind of making some assumptions. But harvest death flower. I mean, she could help out. Maybe we could figure out a way for her to go to the headquarters with her brother, and she could tend to the death flowers I'm trying to plant around the Grim Reaper's headquarters. Also, we have 2 dust bunnies over here. I hope Clover, yeah, okay, little Clover dust bunny is still doing well, thank goodness. Meanwhile, Nalui is just like tired. So she's too tired and depressed and also like uncertain about like what's going on here to cope with this. But we're gonna have her and Ukapanipo have a talk, and then we are going to have to figure out a way for her to hopefully be able to contact the spirits of the dead and prove to Ukapanipo that no. In fact, I wonder. We'll have to see. We might have to try calling the island, like summoning the island spirits to us for like a party or something, a kava party, in order to convince those spirits to show back up. And if we can find the spirit and move her in, possibly by asking Leo to put in a special request to the Grim Reaper himself, then perhaps Nilui will be able to explain herself with a little bit of backup. In fact, we probably do need the Grim Reaper, like, to maybe fetch that ghost for us at this rate. Because, I mean, we've done a lot of work for him. Maybe if we get promoted with Leo, we'll be able to, put in a request like, hey, boss. Do you think you could settle this and like summon a ghost for us if we can't find her before that? But meanwhile, research workout tips. Like, Ukapanipo, you're just in a good mood. You come over and take care of little Clover all over, though. And clean up that dust that's not related to the actual itty bitty. I almost said guinea pig because I was looking at my guinea pigs out of the corner of my eye. But I meant the little Joss bunny, who's kind of the closest thing we have to a cute little guinea pig. Look at how cute that is! Enjoy, Ukapanipo. I am a little concerned that you're about to have your heart broken, to be honest. Though poor Nalui, like, this is gonna be a very long sim pregnancy, if it is, you know. Uh, ooh, and we got a little shiny rock. I mean, that's kind of cool. But just to clear up some things to break down the fourth wall, or if I used the page down buttons, we could break down all the walls. But just to clear some things up, basically, I did check, and MCCC did have it set so that females could become pregnant by aliens. And I checked some other things, and I did a little bit of thinking, and I did a little bit of tweaking with our mods, and decided we are going to go this story route instead because we are not having alien babies this time. It is an executive administrative decision that was difficult to make, but not that difficult when I thought about the sake of how to make a healthy, wonderful story for our Sims. So, where's Aira? Because I think that she definitely wants to be possibly snooping and eavesdropping on this particular conversation. Also, let me move this garden plot out of the way. Oh my gosh, we have so many plants. We have so many plants and so many axolotls, and like, Grandma would probably have a little bit to say about this. I'm not gonna lie. Also, I don't know what like time of the seasons the death flowers are good, but I don't know if they were supposed to massively do some very happy growing just by being moved. I hope I didn't glitch that thing out. All right. Well, maybe they just really wanted to be outside because I think plants that are outside have more of a harvest than the ones that you keep inside, which I guess makes sense. All right, let's see. Whoops. Well, let's get Aira down here because I have a feeling that she might want to go ahead and do a little bit of eavesdropping. And then let's have Nalui come over here with Ukapanipo. And I think we're gonna have a little bit of a conversation. Because I think he's gonna come in, ask about the holiday. Oh, and well, don't worry about the holiday traditions thing. I plan on bringing the Snowy Sled Dog series back and working through this newest of the Sims events with them. The Grim Reaper event was just so perfect for like this particular let's play and this particular set of stories. It was absolutely fantastic. Now, explain about cheating former partners. Let's have him come in and maybe profess his undying love first just to rub some salt into the wound. And then he also wants to be friends with Aira. I like the idea that Aira is just kind of being sneaky. And then can she eavesdrop? She can ghost scare. I'm trying to remember how she could possibly eavesdrop. Oh wait, I have to wait for them to start talking, I think. Be funny in a crowded place from a fear of crowded places. Oh, I've not seen that before. All right, and then friendly. Okay, how do you do eavesdrop? Learn a secret from the nosy trait. Hang on, I think this could be interesting. Small talk, gossip, pry for secrets would be just like diving right in there.
Sensei Steve. Barbande, one in bleed.
Aww.
Sephoyam Rubin.
Varish, Tepsoturib.
I like how he's just straight up like happily chatting with her. And now come on. All right, come on. Where's eavesdrop? I'm sure that I could find it. Ask friendly. Friendly is not really an eavesdrop. Mischief? Pranks? Scare, deception. Spy on Ukapanipo. Maybe we can do that without like doing anything else. And then I just want to see what happens if we maybe explain about cheating former partners. A very vulnerable moment.
Oh.
And again, I love the idea that our ghost is kind of spying on this. Oh, this is kind of perfectly timed because on the one time, could this be the one from A Fear of Commitment? Ukapanipo has heard that when you are with the right sim, everything changes, and now he thinks that might have happened here. Ukapanipo plucked up the courage to talk to his partner about his fear of commitment. That was a great start at the opening lines of communication to making Ukapanipo a stronger sim. Aw, that's adorable and sweet. He's been able to open up to his former partner about the cause of his fear of commitment and was met with understanding. Could this be the right sim at last? Well, yeah, let's just rub salt in the wound by going ahead, not break up. I think I used to have this mod that made it so you could like always admit to cheating somehow. I don't know why. Let's see. Check out, discuss relationship status, try to flirt, gloomy compliment. Oh my gosh. Let's see. I think that mod may no longer be working. But action. Sorry, I have to check. I don't think that would count under friendly thing. Ask for advice. And then I thought that there used to be something. Deception, give bad fake news, mean, malicious, arguments, order to clean. No, that's not really her either. Okay, maybe I no longer have break up just straight out of the blue. Maybe I no longer have that mod. She can't propose because she's too sad. Also not in the mood because she might be like, look, there's a chance it's maybe your kid, but to be honest, maybe discuss relationship status. And then I think I just heard our ghost. Incoming message from Clement Frost. You might be wondering why a top secret agency like ourselves would be reaching out to someone like you with a big reputation. Why, that's the whole point. Would you like to say... Are you trying to make my mind blow up? Did we just get an offer to work for Santa Claus? On top of all this? Who are you, really, Nalui? Because that's the question at the heart of all this that drove her to the lengths that it was to go to making a pact with a potentially somewhat evil spirit in order to go ahead and get her memories back. Now maybe she's thinking maybe Ukapanipo doesn't deserve, like, he doesn't deserve whatever I've got going on, because maybe I actually wonder if she might be like upset, like really upset about this argument. Give cold shoulder. I wonder how could we, I don't want to insult him, but I like ask for advice maybe. We need something a little more dramatic here. We need to be able to be like, look, I don't know how I feel. I guess our relationship is fine, I guess. Oh boy. I wonder if I should make them break up out of the blue. But that seems a little too strong of a reaction when maybe she just needs to like be able to say, I got some bad news. And I guess she can't do anything. She doesn't have any kind of moodlet to like offer to fill tummy or anything like that, but I'm pretty sure she still counts as like as like having a active like sim pregnancy, but especially because she's so tired. Wow. I mean, is there anything I can cold shoulder, insult, mischief, deception, rumor? It's not a prank. Not a prank, my friend, trust me. Uh why when she's sad can she tell a joke about mimes? That's hilarious. Confess to cheating, I found it. We're gonna do that one in deep thoughts because it's not entirely accurate and it's not entirely fair, but it is in a way an emotional, intense moment of being like, so I may have made a pact with a somewhat evil spirit of the islands to go ahead and help them be reborn in order to go and find my lost memories so I could have clearer insight into who I am. It seemed like a dream. It seemed like a good idea at the time. And then I realized that to help that spirit be reborn, they didn't mean eating my ambrosia. They meant baby.
Luhane Nurska? Chelner Squaws.
Hey, smart.
And where is my spying ghost? You were supposed to be spying on this. You silly, silly creature. You're supposed to be like going ahead and like I could have sworn there was an eavesdrop option. Well, I'll get better at it as time goes on. But okay, gossip, like, no, don't pry for secrets. You should get over here though, and sorry, I just have to see if there's a way for her to possibly be mischievous, deception, spy on him again, like right now,
Hey, Squire Borbahay.
and confess to cheating. Like, I unfortunately, I think it just fits.
Sedna.
Oh, Shuby.
It just fits the whole situation. A rough patch in romance, strained,
Squarble Tarbahay Farbina.
Bow.
and
Orbitalk.
a very, very rumor, gossip, and secret hungry ghost. Hearing some very interesting news about what might be happening with the people who are trying to help bring her back to life too. There we go, friends. Right. We're going to figure this out, and I will reveal how we will hopefully mend the rift between these two next time. So I'll see you then. Bye-bye. Hang in there, guys. And please don't start working for Santa's secret spy agency. I don't even know what to say to that. Other than that's kind of amazing.